Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dunbar Snackbar here with Madden 13, and we've got our New York Giants Connected Careers, or franchise mode, whatever you want to go ahead and call it. I see commentators put it both ways whenever they are playing their games. I've seen it written both ways when people are commenting below, but whatever you want to call it here, hey, here it is. But anyway, this is the last game of the regular season, so it's about ready to draw to a close right here, which is kind of sad, but I still got the playoffs to go. I know this past week was the wild card games, but I've only got 2 losses on the season with the Giants. So if I can go ahead and get the win right here, I don't have to worry about any wild card games. I can just skip a week and get back on track with where we are. So I'm hoping I get the win, but I still think if I go ahead and lose, I don't have to worry about anything either. I'm in pretty good shape right now. So going up against the Eagles, it's a team that has a lot of potential. So even though I beat them the last time I played them, I'm not necessarily going to think that I've got this one in the bag at all. So we'll see which team shows up. But McCoy only picking up 2 yards after receiving that pass from Michael Vick on the left side. And then on the very next play, it looks like Michael Vick goes with the same thing, but over to the right side. This time McCoy picks up a lot more than 2 yards right here. It's going to be 1st and 10. And look at the amount of yards that Michael Vick has throwing this season thus far. So whenever I see a quarterback that has that many yards, the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be playing against the pass. I'm going to put in more defensive backs. I'm going to try and defend against that more than anything else. Even though right now that we're seeing a lot of runs out of Michael Vick, I still got to prep against it. But there he goes, trying to run out of the pocket, and he's met by Pierre-Paul, who sacks him. Already, Pierre-Paul has the record for the most sacks in a single season. So every sack that we have seen since, gosh, a few games ago have just been increasing that record. So it's kind of cool to be able to see that continuing on. Bradshaw on our first offensive play of the game picks up 9 yards on the ground. My goal here in this game is to establish a great running game, because when I go ahead and I make it to the postseason, I'm going to need to have a running game to be able to stop some of the other teams, or just to go ahead and get more points, I guess, than the other teams, which is obviously the goal of any team when you're in that situation. But a great throw to Nix. And just making a few slight moves here is enough for me to go ahead and make it into the end zone. So here I go with a little slants play, just figuring, hey, I'll pick up 7, 8 yards, get that first down or whatever. But it turns out to be 6 points. What a great, great pass. I think it was because I've gone ahead and ran the ball the first few times. I think the Eagles were anticipating another run. So when I go ahead and, pass the ball, they probably have no idea what's going on here, but hey, it works out for me in the end. So the 7-0 lead here is what we're going to be seeing after I go ahead and kick that extra point. And McCoy going to be losing a couple yards on that one as he was hit in the backfield. Kind of slowed him down a little bit, but Vick going back with the pass. This is going to be deep, and of course Macklin's not going to be able to go ahead and catch that one when we've got 2 giant defenders in the way. So again, pass. This time it is completed for a 10-yard pickup, but because it was 3rd and 12, that 2 yards is going to be the difference here, and that's going to force them to go ahead and punt. So Manning throwing it to my fullback, who's not able to make the catch, but he's on a cold streak, so I'm not surprised. Plus, that was like throwing into triple coverage anyway. So a little play-action pass here. Works out very well as Nix picks up a lot of yards, and if it wasn't for that little hesitation that we saw at the beginning, I think he would have gotten another touchdown. So 2 great passes over to that direction here, and it's been 2 big pickups through the air. So you better believe I'm going to be looking at that right side of the field a little bit more than I usually do. But 3rd and 5 here now. I'm going to go ahead and go with a pass, even though a run would have been appropriate. Get it to Bradshaw, who is not able to hold on to it. So I have to go ahead and kick the field goal, which is all right because that's going to make it a 10-0 lead. So 2 possessions. At this point, we've got 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first half. So things at the beginning of the game seem to be going my way. I'm not too concerned about stuff, but we're going to see how the Eagles attempt to come back at this point. So good run right here, allowing them to pick up 8 yards, and with 4 wide receivers in, I'm anticipating the pass. Now, some people ask, why is it that I go ahead and I move on over to the right on a lot of these plays? You can see with Rodgers, I'm lining up far more to the right than anything else. But that's because with Pierre-Paul, a lot of times I see they double team him. So if I'm over on the right side, then it usually makes it so it is one-on-one, and Pierre-Paul just rocking it. Of course, he's going to get some advantages right there, and allows him to get to the quarterback a lot faster too. So that was not a great play. That was actually the perfect storm of problems. Like, Manning throws it, receiver doesn't even try and catch it, and then we go ahead and get that holding call, which is like instantaneous. So that was pretty weak. All right, so I get sacked right here, taking way too much time because I knew I had a big pickup I had to make, and I was just waiting for things to develop, and I really wasn't paying that much attention to the offensive line, and that's the price that I pay here for not taking a look periodically at what's happening directly in front of me. So, 3 minutes, 40 seconds. This is a great run by McCoy, who is going to make it to the 15-yard line, maybe 14 or 13, but a big pickup right there. It was kind of embarrassing. And this is going to set Philadelphia up to be able to get some points on the board, I think, regardless of how this goes. McCoy only picking up 1 yard on that one. He's lucky he even got that, to be honest. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Making some moves. Picking up 7. This is going to be a big play. 5 wide receivers in. I'm anticipating the pass, of course. And that one is going to be caught for the first down. So the likelihood of us seeing a touchdown right here is, of course, pretty high. But McCoy not able to get to the end zone right there. So I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can get a blitz going. But he's able to find an opening. And he does get the touchdown. So I'm back to a narrow lead here. I've only got 3 points over the Eagles right now, as that is, of course, going to make it 10-7. It's about time the Eagles get on the board here. It took quite a while for them to be able to do it here, but we're going to go ahead and reach halftime. I make the mistake of going ahead and pressing the X button right before we make it to halftime, so I don't get to show you guys the full thing. My bad. But you guys know this is where I like to talk about changes. I really don't see too much that I could legitimately make. So I'm going to keep things going here. Now, this was kind of disappointing because it was kind of like what you saw earlier with that like instantaneous holding call. Well, that's basically what happened as soon as I caught the ball on the opening kickoff of the second half. So I started off at the 10-yard line, but the running game with Bradshaw seems to be doing a decent job. Now, granted, I don't pick up anything right here. It is setting up some passing options for me. Here's a deep pass, and Cruz comes down with it. I forgot he did that. But hey, I'll take these however they come. So I've had some great pickups through the air in this game that have gone for a lot of yards. But the short game has been there too, as Cruz gets another reception for the first down. And then I got to go ahead and bring Wilson in because Bradshaw is a little tired. But we've really been running down the clock here in the third quarter. You can see we're already under 2 minutes and 50 seconds. But there's Wilson plowing forward to about the 4-yard line. I'm going to go ahead and call an audible. I'm going to go with a running play to the right side. Wilson not going to be going anywhere on that one. We're still at the 4-yard line, so that was kind of a mistake. Let's go with the pass now and see how it works. The play action, not pretty either because that took up so much time that I ended up getting sacked. But I have confidence in this play and how this is going to turn out. Bradshaw barely making it into the end zone. So the lead is ours again by 10 points after I go ahead and kick the extra point. We basically took up the entire third quarter on that one particular drive. So I think that was a smart call because I got to go ahead and retain this lead. We've got 2 possessions. I know I have the ability to run a lot of time off the clock if necessary. We just need to make sure my defense goes ahead, though, and gets the ball back pretty quick for us. There's McCoy with a good run given the circumstances here, and he got hit pretty early on. So a 5-yard pickup there. Now with McCoy again, first down plus some more. Almost 93 yards. But remember, he had that huge run earlier. So if you got to factor that out, he's really been averaging like 3-4 yards a carry. But that doesn't seem to be the case here in the fourth quarter, as he's getting a lot more than that. But we're kind of picking up on things here. Only gets 2 yards. And it looks like they're going to go back with a little pass. That's what I thought, but McCoy ends up running the ball again. So that's the thing about the computer. They're just always surprising me here with stuff. You know, here I go thinking, oh, yeah, obvious pass, but then it's a run. Like right here. But McCoy not getting too much, only a yard. So it's really up to my defensive line. Now I've gone ahead and I've stopped moving on over to the right side here to try and give Pierre-Paul a little bit of an advantage because I think they were using that opening that I was creating to go ahead and pick up some yards on the ground. That time, they kind of go towards it, so I'm not able to stop them right there either. But this momentum here for the Eagles is not something I like seeing. There's only 3 minutes left, though, so they are using up a lot of time as well. Now 2 minutes and 30 seconds. 3rd and 10. This is going to be a big play for Vic. And this one, why aren't you tackling him? At the 1 yard line, too. So they're going to go with the pass here, less than 2 minutes. That one going to go out of bounds, so they're going to get another chance, of course, with this here. Vic taking some time. Got to make a smart call. That one's going to get deflected. 3rd and goal now. I think this is where they're going to go ahead and get it. I've got some confidence in them. Oh, they don't make the reception, so 4th and goal. Now they go ahead for the field goal at this point, which I don't know if that was necessarily the smartest call. With 1 yard, I probably would have gone for it and then tried to see if I could get the onside kick. But since they didn't do that here, that's really going to hurt them. 1:45. They've got 3 timeouts, and I've got Bradshaw here. So he's going to run. Eagles call timeout. And we go ahead. Next play. Pick up a few yards right there. Call timeout. And you guys see where this is going. So this is a huge play. If on 3rd and 3, I can get it, the Eagles are going to be in trouble. There we go. So that is their last timeout. So it's just a matter of me running it down the clock at this point. So there's Bradshaw picking up 6 yards. And right before the play clock ends, go ahead and hike it. Go with the little kneel. And I think I've got just one more play after this one. So there we go. That is going to be the... Wow. Really, dude? Really? Did you have to go with that late hit? Whatever. But the thing is we get the win right here. So we're going to head into the postseason with only 2 losses. I think that's cool. I might be the favorite to go ahead and make it to the Super Bowl again if I can go ahead and play like I have in the past. So hopefully we'll see some more offense out of my team than I have during the regular season, especially the second half of the regular season in the postseason. Because if we can get some better offense, I do think I have this one in the bag, but we'll see how it all plays out. If I lose, well, we're done. But anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. I definitely do appreciate it. More, of course, of this to come. So check back every weekend. I'm going to go ahead and have a video up of the postseason until we reach the Super Bowl, if that's how far it goes to. But I appreciate you guys watching this. I definitely do. Subscribe if you haven't already. You guys can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all that great stuff. But again, you guys, thank you so much for watching. You are phenomenal people. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one.